Let us all know kinsa man jud niya atong speaker for this evening. Kai, please do us the honors of introducing our research speaker and let the learning begin.
Our speaker for this evening is known for his work in business, technology, and finance. He graduated with a Bachelor of Engineering in Core Histu College in Digo City last 2018. In 2021, he completed his Master of Public Administration and Doctor of Philosophy in Philippine International Institute of Advanced Studies. He was an Information Communication Technology instructor from June 2018 until March 2019, and a Senior High School Empowerment Technology instructor from November 2019 until March 2020 at Digo Central Adventist Academy Incorporated. He has also a background working with 51 Talk as a senior ESL teacher, as a Wix website developer, as a virtual assistant, and presently as piano teacher at White Hat Junior in India. Currently, this dynamic speaker is a certified computer engineer, a PhD holder, an entrepreneur, financial educator, sought after freelancer, a marketing director at IMG, an associate financial planner, and a certified life insurance underwriter. Without much further ado, please help me welcome Dr. Philip Ian Imbong.
All right. Hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good
Evening.
evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Evening, sir.
All right. So I thought nakatulog na po lahat. So anyway po I just want to thank everyone for being with me tonight, and I hope you have a good day. I hope na by the way, mag-share screen muna pala ako. Thank you for making me
Okay,
co-host.
so yes, so that is all about IMG. So IMG is a financial brokerage company. So it's not just having free financial education. It also helps you to execute what you are learning. Since when we say broker, you have already the access to these financial companies. Okay, so our mission is to help every family achieve financial freedom because we believe that many Filipino today, especially our families today, are financially struggling, right? And because of that, it's because of due to lack of financial information or financial education. That's why our crusade is very strong, and we try our best to change people from spenders to savers, and we want to deliver the world's financial call, the wake-up call, right? So that is IMG. And of course, I just want to share it to you that here in IMG, we have a campaign. And our global campaign here is financial education. So it means to say we are teaching financial literacy. And our goal is to have 30 million people by the year 2030 financially educated families. So that's our campaign. So today in our tracker, we are already 4 million, right? More than 4 million that we already helped. So I hope we can reach 30 million by the year 2030. So now, why are we doing this? Why do we teach financial literacy? Because number one, the rule of money is changing. Nagbabago na po yung galaw ng pera. Di ba? So I think you have observed our surroundings, our news. I think you have heard it, right? That the rule of money is changing. The value of money is going smaller, right? So as you can see here in a deposit interest rate from 1976 to the present year, let's just use the present year, okay? As you can see here, napakalaki ng deposit rate, deposit interest rate during 1984, right? Yes, because the economy on that time is very strong. So siguro okay na maglagay ka ng pera dyan sa bangko at patulugin mo lang. Okay? Because the interest rate is very high. But if you just let your money sleep until now, if you just let your money just placed and let it sleep there on the bank, I want to share it to you that the interest rate of the bank today is just less than 1% already. Okay, so I'm not against with the bank because bank is good for my business, for my transaction, but I want you to realize when it comes to investment, it's not really good that you just place it in the bank and let it sleep. All right, so we are trying to fight inflation, right? Because we know, I will explain later what is inflation. Inflation is very important that we need to know, and we need to consider this when we are saving or we want to invest. okay? Because this affects our the value of our money, okay? So that is the rule of that is number one. The lack of financial education. All right, so that's why we teach financial literacy. So according to the study conducted by the city here in last 2018. Okay, the average Filipino has a financial quotient of 53%. So ibig sabihin bagsak po tayo when it comes to financial literacy. Okay, that's the reason why marami sa mga Filipino, they never learn. Kahit na-scam na sila last year, tapos pag meron na namang offer, yun naman, na-scam na naman, di ba? So hanggat may makikita silang post sa Facebook, sa Instagram, or sa Twitter, or sa kahit ano na saan yung makikita yung mga post na merong bumabalik daw ng pera agad, di ba? So may check pinapakita sa Facebook. I think you know what I'm trying to say. And yung malaking mga interest rate na siguro sasabihin kayo na after 1 month, maging times 2, maging times 3 yung pera nyo. We should be careful of that, okay? So, you know, that's why marami pa rin makagat sa mga scheme na yan because we lack of financial literacy. We lack financial education. Okay? So that's why the mandate of our President Duterte here is to educate families, right? So to give financial education to each of the families. That's the reason why our mission is very alive and of course with the mandate of our President Duterte. And of course, next one is we teach financial literacy is because people live longer today. So the life expectancy of Filipinos sa kalalakihan is age 69. Okay? And sa kababaihan naman, it's age 75. So, kung nakita nyo dito, sa mga edad dito, mostly it's retirement and healthcare crisis during these years. Diba? Yung ma-experience ng mga kalalakihan during these years. Okay? So, most of us, siguro, hindi naman lahat, pero mostly, pinagpasa-pasahan na lang sa mga anak nila. Di ba? So, sasabihan na lang, ma, doon ka muna kay ate, pa, doon ka muna kay kuya. Di ba? That's the reason why wala tayong financial independence. So, you know, ang mga retirees ngayon, it's either nasa mga anak or worse is nasa home for the aged. So, I don't know if you try to realize during lockdown or this last pandemic and with our crisis right now that we have right now, I hope you can see that it's like you know, it's like parang salamin sa yung future or sa yung retirement. What will happen if you can experience this kind of situation, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, it's very important that we need to consider the future, the life that we can experience during retirement. Okay, so of course, our goal is we want you to be financially independent. Okay, so gusto niyo ba yung situation ngayon na nasa bahay lang kayo, hintay ng ayuda, walang source of income? Let's say graduate na kayo, tapos wala kayong trabaho, nasa bahay lang kayo, naghihintay ng ayuda, walang source of income, walang pumapasok na pera, at napakaraming gastos, di ba? Gusto niyo ba yun? That's why we should prepare for retirement and we should learn financial literacy because there's no other way. Whatever things that you will do, there's no other way. We really need financial literacy. And of course, your retirement could be your longest holiday, maybe it could be your longest nightmare. So the choice is yours. Right? You have the power to rule your life. Okay? Because okay, so hindi kasi pwede nakadepende lang dito sa SS. Of course, someone will say, yes, I have SSS, I have PhilHealth, I have GSIS. Yes, we all know that most of the Filipinos have that, but you know, government funds has a limited resources, right? So it's not also good that we just depend on it. Okay, we should also plan ahead, and of course, we need to secure our future. Lalo na kung ikaw bata pa, so you still have a lot of years to prepare for your future. Okay, the next one is people. Yes, the next one is high cost of living. All right, so we teach financial literacy because of the high cost of living. So many people have difficulty in saving money for their future needs. Kasi yung inflation ay tumataas. So, you know, when we say inflation, ito yung tumataas yung mga presyo ng bilihin. Di ba? I don't know if you have observed, nagmahal na yung mga kain natin ngayon. Di ba? Mga daily needs natin. Di ba? Usually na ginagamit natin, nagmamahal siya as the years go by. Lalong tumatagal, nagmamahal siya. Diba? So that is inflation, the effect of inflation. We have commodities, tumataas yung commodity services. At the same time, bumababa yung value ng pera natin. So kung nakita nyo, yung 1,000 pesos nyo pera dati, ang dami nyo na nabibili sa grocery. Di ba? Pero ngayon, ano na lang yung mabibili nyo? Di ba? So you can really see the difference. So yung baon doon, when I was still at elementary or high school, yung 5 pesos, 20 pesos, madami na ako mabibili niyan. Pero ngayon, ano na lang mabibili niyan, di ba? So, ang dami na natin mabibili before. Pero ngayon, it's either isa na lang o wala na. Okay, that's why kailangan natin mag-ipon. Okay, and kailangan natin malaman ang investment na ito. Second reason, bakit hindi tayo nakapag-ipon? Because of debt. Because of, di ba? Marami tayong utang. Sino ba itong walang utang? Or yung hindi pa nakaka-experience ng utang, di ba? I think most of us have really experienced utang, especially kung walang-wala tayo, di ba? So, wala namang masama mangutang, okay? Pero I hope that if kung nangutang ka man sa bangko or saan ka ba nangutang, make sure that that is useful or ginagamit mo yan siya sa okay? Kasi I have heard some Filipinos na nangungutang sila para lang may panghanda sa birthday, di ba? Ikakain during the celebration, di ba? Mangungutang para pambili ng cellphone. But for what reason? Wala. But, kung mangungutang ka ng cellphone, if you will use that for online classes, online modules, or online job or online business, then that's good because I just want to share to you pala, we have two kinds of debt or utang. So we have good debt and bad debt. So good debt is ito yung pera na may bumabalik sa iyo. Nangutang ka pero may bumabalik sa iyo ng pera, that's good debt. Pero kung nangutang ka na walang bumabalik, let's say, nangutang ka ng cellphone, you are not earning on that. So that is bad debt kasi walang bumabalik sa iyo ng pera. Okay? So, it's also very important that we manage our utang din. Saka hindi din tayo mababaon sa utang. And of course, we can really save for our future. Okay? So the next here is that sabi nga ni Robert Kiyosaki. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I think he's very famous and I hope you know him. Is the famous author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Okay? So he says that money without financial intelligence is money sunggan. Okay? So ibig sabihin kung wala kang financial intelligence, dali lang talaga mo yung mo. Kasi hindi mo alam kung saan mo ito gagamitin. Of course. So yun. Now we are here in our main topic. Okay, so the basics of stock market and mutual fund investing. So intro pa lang yun kanina, background pa lang yun sa company namin. So I chose to talk about this because our financial markets where businessmen and investors go to raise money to grow their business and to make more money, that is financial market. It's security products that provide a return for those who have excess funds. And I'm referring to investors or lenders. And with that, it makes these funds available to those who need additional money. So I'm referring to the borrowers. So I want you to know that the stock market is one of the types of financial market. Okay? Of course, strong knowledge of how the markets work can help you improve your business. If you're planning to put up your business soon, of course, this is a good help for you. It will help you to if you want to grow your business and if you want to let it belong to Philippine Stock Exchange so that you can have your own investors so that your business will really grow, then this strong knowledge of this market, how market works, it will help you to do some effective ways. So this is in turn can be used to grow your business. So of course also, if you're an investor, this would be the opportunity for you if you're looking for another source of income or if you're looking for another investment vehicle kung saan mo gusto ilagay yung pera mo. Okay, so let's start. So if you want to build your long-term investment first, you should know how money works. You should understand how money works. Okay, so there are two types of income. So meron tayong tinatawag na active income. So ito yung income from your direct labor. So if you're already working today, say soon, if you're be working soon, since I think most of here are students, right? So I hope I'm not mistaken. So I am pretty sure not long from now you will be working. So kung nagtatrabaho ka, OFW ka ba, you will be a seamless or engineer, of course, because you're all engineering here. Basta you are employed right now at may sahod ka, at least that is active income. Okay, so ibig sabihin, pag may trabaho ka, of course, makukuha mo yung perang ito sa sahod mo. Okay, so kung doctor ka, of course, galing sa pasyente mo. And of course, kung lawyer ka, galing sa client mo. And of course, kung OFW or isang seafarer ba, so every time kung mayroong kontrata, or kung ahente ka, every time kung mayroong kang tuition. Okay, so ibig sabihin, you're exchanging your effort and your time for money. Right? And kaya tinatawag siyang active income. And now let's talk about passive income. So I think you are familiar with active income because that's what we mostly hear around. Let's talk about passive income. So ito yung hindi masyado kasing common sa ating mga Filipino. But this kind of income keeps on coming even if you are not working. So ibig sabihin, kahit nakahiga ka lang sa bahay mo, basa-basa ka na libro, nagti-TikTok lang, nanood ka lang ng TV or Netflix, you stop working even though you're not working, your income still there. It continues, right? So your income continues. Okay, so this is very ideal right now. Lalo na na kung um, nawalan kung walang ka bang trabaho or um, nagka-lockdown ba. So yun. So this is very ideal, di ba? So kung naghahanap ka ng pagkikitaan, mga problems, di ba? So kung naghahanap ka, so this would be the one of the best passive income stream that you can have. Okay, so saan natin makita yung passive income? So it is the interest income from the investments. Okay, so just like with mutual funds, long-term healthcare or insurances, right? So they belong there, passive income. So meron din tayo sa business. So of course, royalty income. So pag meron kang business or franchises, all right? So of course, your business will expand. And of course, it will generate revenue or income. Of course, if you're an artist, okay, nagsusulat ka ba ng libro? If you're a singer, di ba, isang beses ka lang mag-record ng kanta, tapos it will create passive income. Sulat ka ba ng kanta? Di ba? Or, di ba, so as you can see, grabe yung royalty fees. Iyo, di ba? So that is passive income. And then meron din tayong tinatawag na rental income. So yung rental income is also kind of passive income na naghihintay ka lang na may pumapasok ng pera sa pinag-upahan mong bahay, condominium, or sa boarding house. So every 15th day or last day of the month, meron ka nang may inihintay or meron ka nang matatanggap as for sure. Diba? So napaganda ang passive income. But most of our lives, we are being customized. Customized or being accustomed for active income. Diba? So bata pa lang tayo, minamindset na tayo na mabuti. Laki yung grado mo. Pag-graduate mo, maghanap ka ng magandang trabaho. Diba? So, hindi yung mag-aral ka ng mabuti para mag-income ka ng magandang business, mag-invest ka. Hindi ganun, di ba? So, naghahanap ka nga ng magandang trabaho, tal ka dyan, let's say, 5 years or 10 years ka pa dyan sa trabaho mo, hindi ka makapag-stop, tapos baon ka pa sa utang, wala kang ipon. Something is wrong, di ba? So, we are very busy working hard that you forget to let your money work for you. Di ba? So, we have 3 phases sa buhay ng tao. Number 1, man at work. Number 2, man and money at work. Lastly, money at work. So yan na yung passive income. Okay, so dapat hayaan mo yung pera na magkatrabaho ka sa iyo. Alright? So, how do we make money work for us? So we have this what we call the rule of 72. It was discovered by Albert Einstein. It's called the power of compounding interest. So it says here, you just divide the number 72 by the interest of savings or investments that will give you an estimated number of years it will take for your money to double. Ibig sabihin, you will know the number of years kailan mo dodoble yung investment savings mo if you just divide it with the number 72. So the number 72 divided with the interest of your savings investment. For example, you're opening a savings account. Let's say BDO, the biggest bank in the Philippines, and I put 10,000 pesos in the BDO. And BDO will only just give me like 0.125% interest rate. So, let us make it easier. Let us make it 1%. Right? So I make it already bigger. So as you can see here, 72 divided by 6 equals to 73 years. So your money will double after 72 years. Your 10,000 will become 20,000 after 72 years. Pa, ang tanong, buhay ka pa ba niyan? Di ba? So it's maybe di mo na makikita mo doble yung pera mo unless you live too long. Diba? That's why kung i-check yung tubo ng pera mo, ang liit lang, diba? Minsan hindi pa tumutubo. Mas malaki pa yung withholding tax, tapos mayroon pa inflation rate, diba? Imagine, mas malaki pa yung inflation rate, right? So, our inflation rate is just almost 5%. Tapos yung interest rate ng savings mo is just less than 1%. Diba? So, luging-lugi ka. Diba? So, mas malaki pa yung inflation kaysa sa tubo ng pera mo. Alright, but of course, if the bank will give you a higher interest rate because they want you to stay, they want your money to stay with them, of course, meron yan. And we have 4% because 4% in the bank, that's what we call time deposit. Okay, meron yan sa bangko. So, yeah, you can also save there. But I want to let you know that every 18 years pa dumodoble yung pera nyo dito sa 4% interest rate. Okay, so if I put 100,000 pesos at the age of 29, so every 18 years dumodoble yung 100,000 ko, di ba? So at the age of 65, magiging 400,000 na siya. Di ba? So ang tanong, magiging happy ka na ba na yung 100,000 pesos mo, magiging 400,000 siya at the age of 65? Of course not, di ba? Because the value of 400,000 at that age, at that time, is already small already. Ang liit na ng value ng 400,000 at the age of 65. So, dapat natin ilagay yung pera natin sa mas malaki pa sa inflation rate. Diba? So, nung naglagay ako ng 100,000, do you think nakatago lang po yan sa vault ng bangko? Di ba? Hindi. Ginamit ng bangko yan. Ilagay nila sa 8% because may alam silang mas malaki pang interest rate ng paglalagyan ng mga pera natin sa bangko. And your money will double here every 9 years na lang. So kung nakita nyo dito, after the age of 65, mayroon ka ng 1.6 million pesos na dapat dito. Pero yung 400,000 is binalik na sa'yo. Diba? So yung 1.2 million pesos na naiwan is sa bangko na yun. Diba? So yun na yung kita ng bangko. And they will be using that for their operational expenses, expansion, putting other branches. At ang iba pa niyan, in-invest pa yan ng bangko sa mas malaki pang interest rate. Because they still know they still know the bigger, mas malaki pa sa 8%. Diba? So yan ang 12%. So every 6 years na lang dumodoble yung pera niyo dito. And of course, at the age of 65, instead of 1.6 million pesos, naging 6.4 million na po siya. Diba? So ang laki. So yan ang ituturo ko sa inyo ngayon. Sabi yan 12%, bakit di natin yan alam? It's because only the bank knows this one and the rich people. That's why the rich gets richer while the poor gets poorer. Diba? So that's why financial education is very important. And it is for everyone. Walang pinipili yung financial education. And we deserve that. Diba? Of course, we deserve it. So this illustration is just for like one depositor lang po ito. Okay? So what more kung tayong lahat depositor? Diba? So kalaki ng income ng bako. Ba? Napakalaki. So now, sabi yan 12%. So ito yung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, di ba? So the deposit interest rate. So yes, I already told you that it's not good that you just let your money sleep in the bank. Because yes, it's just less than 1% lang po yung interest rate ng bako. Especially this year, di ba? So it's not also good when it comes to investment that you just let your money sleep in. Okay? So how do we make money work for us? So, or we could say, how many years you work to make 6 million pesos? Or do you want to make 6 million pesos? Okay? So pwede ka magtrabaho para magka 6 million ka, of course. Or hayaan mo na lang yung pera mo magtrabaho para sa'yo. Okay? So ano yung gusto nyo? So how many years you work to make 6 million? So kung nag-i-income ka ng 15,000 pesos, let's say per month, more or less. Okay? So that is 200,000, more or less 200,000 pesos per year. Okay, so you need to work for 30 years, di ba? Para makapag-ipon ka ng 6 million. Pero hindi ka pa kakain yan. Hindi ka pa gastos yan. Di ba? So diretso agad yan lahat sa invested. So wala pa yung expenses. Di ba? So if meron, of course, it will take more than 30 years. Pero kung hayaan mo yung pera ang mag-work para sa'yo, all you need to do is to have 100,000 pesos. Di ba? And put it in the 12% interest rate. That is 6.4 million pesos after 30 years. So the question is, do you have 100,000 right now? Kasi kung wala ka 100,000 right now, it's okay. Okay? So even though 1,000 pesos a month lang, it's okay. And that is only 33 pesos a day. So you just start saving, discipline yourself to really save every month, every day, 33 pesos, and put it in 12%. Of course, still the same. After 36 years, you still have 66.4 million pesos. So how did it happen? So we will discuss it here. So in building the long-term investments, kung ikaw ito, then where should we put our money? So of course, in the bank, is it in the bank by opening a savings or investing it in mutual funds? So kung ikaw naghanap ka saan ganda mag-invest, so let's say sa bangko ka maglagay ng pera, you will be close to deposito. So once you say open savings account here, the money that you save here in the bank, di natin alam that the bank invested in government securities, commercial papers, stocks, equities, retail loans, and real estate. And they can gain 12% with that. At tayo depositor, bibigyan lang po tayo ng 0.25%. Whereas ngayon, yun nga sabi kanina, 0.125% lang po siya. Diba? So grabe po inflation kung sa bank mo ka lang magsisave. Kung sa mutual funds ka naman magsisave, diba? So yun, you will be called as a shareholder. Okay, so yun. So if they can earn 12% from the government securities, commercial papers, stocks, equities, retail, and real estate, if they can earn 12% with that, you can also earn and gain 12% too from your savings or investment. Di ba? So ang ganda. So saan maganda mag-invest? Of course, sa mutual funds. Di ba? So yun. And of course, I just want to share it with you that when you are investing in mutual funds, wala kang tax babayaran because of this Republic number 8484 that it says, or effectively known as tax reform of 1997. So it says here that gains realized by investor upon redemption of their shares in a mutual fund have been excluded already from the definition of gross income effective January 1, 1998 and are therefore not subject to personal income tax returns. So, ibig sabihin po na tax exempt po si mutual fund. So you will know it later why. Okay, bakit walang tax sa babayaran when you are investing in mutual funds. Okay, because if you're investing, of course, there is really a tax to pay. So I will discuss that later. So how much can you save to achieve your goals? Kung kano bang kaya mo masisave para ma-achieve mo yung goals mo? Of course, let's say 1,000 pesos per month lang ang makakaya mo masisave. So if that's the case, so if you are continually saving and investing for how many years? 1,000 pesos per month. So after 30 years, possible you can have 3 million plus na savings, di ba? So that is 12% interest rate. And if you put it on the 4%, you just have here 624,050 pesos. All right? So ang laki ng difference, di ba? If you save it in mutual funds. So what if you can save 5,000 pesos per month? Okay, so if you save it in mutual funds, after 10 years, millionaire ka na, di ba? So after 10 years, meron ka ng 1.1 million pesos. So ang laki ng difference, di ba? So anyway, I just want to remind everyone that this is just for illustrative purposes only, right? And it does not indicate for any investments. So the past performance of this is not a guarantee of the future results. Nakadepende po rin talaga yan sa performance ng ating market ngayon. Okay? So depende po rin talaga yan. So remember, the higher the yield, the higher the risk. Mas malaki yung balik sa'yo, napaka-risky talaga niyan. Kasi kung meron nag-post na risk takers only, alam mo na talaga anong ibig sabihin nila. Okay? So dapat alam mo yung risk tolerance mo. Kasi you should know it, of course, kung anong klaseng investor. So okay lang ba sa'yo yung maliit yung returns pero totoo? Okay? So it says here that the best way to reduce the risk if you want to invest in the stock market is to invest in mutual funds. So this is the most legal to invest your money. It's not an easy, rich, quick scheme, no? It's not an easy money na gusto mo tutubo agad yung tinanim mo every month. It's not like that. We don't have like that. Sorry, I need to fail your expectation. Hindi ganun si stock market. Okay? So hindi ito easy money na to. It will just grow for how many months lang. Okay? Meron tayo tinatawag na time horizon. Okay? So I heard that we have break for now. Before we continue to the next part. Am I right? Do we still have a short break in our webinar today before we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so before I continue to the types of mutual funds, let's take a break first. Okay, so I'll go back to host.
And now, let us proceed to our icebreaker para ma-digest sa atong participants ang discussion ni Sir. Let me call on our segment in charge, Mr. Ryan Fahigal and Mr. Adrian Jude Galpo for their icebreaker.
So, good evening. Okay pa ba ang tanan? So, karon kung okay pa mo, let's have a game. Kabalo naman siguro mo tanan sa game na 4 picks 1 word, no? So, boy, unsa ito atong mechanics?
So, kada level na ami pakita upat kabok na picture nga isa ra ka word ang pasabot. Ang inyo rabaton inyo kaning tagnaon gamit for 15 seconds ang mga letra nga nakabutang sa ubos. Then isulat lang sa chat box ang inyong answer.
So kung nakuha na sa tanan ang mechanics, so karon let's have a trial. So trial number 1. So i-type lang sa chat box ang answers for 15 seconds. So nanatay answer from Jimbert Emperado, iyang answer is guwapo. Sakto ba iyang answer?
Char. Proceed na sa trial number 2.
So again, nanaputay answer from Jimbert. Ang iyang answer is, sakto ba yung answer? So, karon kay manaman ta sa atong trial, let's proceed sa atong game. Ang first 3 nga maka-answer sa among picture nga i-show, kay na maka-receive og autograph kang Russell Mamhot ang Daniel Padilla ng Iligan City. Di ba, boy?
Yes, boy. Si Russell, grabe nga honor ang makakuha og autograph kang Russell, no? So,
So, kung
without further ado, let's start our game. So, pick number 1 for 15 seconds. Ooh. Natay first answer gikan kay Junril. Business. Sakto ba ang business, Mark? So, first.
so
Na
ang
next ang ato ang PowerPoint. So, balik ta sa first. So, an answer from Randy Salcedo. Money daw, Mark. Money ang answer sa number 1.
so next picture number 2.
So, dirita na change ganina, no? Gikan kang Junril ganina nga answer first. Business.
Nice.
Business, sakto ba ang answer, Mark? Thank you sa mga participate. Next. Ani, unsa man ni ang ato ang round number 3. Ooh, an answer from Ismael.
Sakto ba ni Mark?
Opportunity.
Yes, correct.
Correct.
Pick number 4.
Sa atong last round. Ooh, an answer from Junril. First si Junril. Answer, Mark, is knowledge. Sakto ba, Mark? Ooh. So, that concludes our short game, no? Thank you sa mga nag-participate.
And
Unta. Ade,
ay,
nakaya.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
sa nag-participate.
Dili ko sure kung para sa ako lang ha, pero Kwen, nostalgic jud kaya ang 4 picks 1 word na dula aside sa uso pa ni siya sa junior high school days nato, makapabright jud og makawide sa atong vocabulary.
Yes naman kay isa ni siya sa akong mga dula nga dili jud mawala sa cellphone. Taga-aha mo adto hala 4 picks 1 gear diha ang agi. So much for that no. So let us now welcome once again Mr. Philip for the second part of his talk.
All right, so let's continue. Sige, share screen na ako. Yun. Sige. So we stopped earlier. We are going to know na about the types of mutual funds, diba? So I hope everything I have discussed is clear and I hope na intindihan yung lahat. Sige, anyway, let's talk about the types of mutual funds. So ano ba mga types ng mga mutual funds? So let's talk about the first type of mutual fund. Number one, we have bond fund. So bond fund is good for conservative type of investor. So that's why earlier I said that you should know what kind of investor you are. Okay, so if you're a conservative type of investor, then bond fund is good for you. So if you want to grow your money for only just 4% to 6% yearly, then this is the best way for you to invest. Okay, so it says here that bond fund is a low risk type of mutual fund that invests mostly in fixed income instruments such as government securities and commercial bonds. So the main investment objective is the preservation and reasonable growth. So it's more fun like it's like utang sa gobyerno. Okay, so that's why it's a low risk bond. So yes, so if you want to just with not to stay it like long term, then this is good for you because the recommended length for stay of this is short term lang. So it's just like 1 to 2 years. Okay, and we have the next one, a type of mutual fund we have here, the balance fund. Okay, so balance fund is for moderate type of investors. Okay, so recommended time horizon stay here is medium term is 3 to 5 years. So this fund is for you if you yourself can see yourself as moderate risk type of the investor. So it invests in a combination of equities or stocks and fixed income instruments. So it says here the allocation varies or according to the fund's objective. So the main investment objective of the fund is for medium and for long-term growth. So as you can see here, the fund is designed to seek total return through this, so what we call current income and long-term capital growth through investment. So that depends on the list that we have and the non-listed fixed income and equity securities of the Philippine companies that belong here. All right, so this one is for you if you're ready to invest for the long term. All right, if you're currently looking for long-term investment horizon. So I think that's it. It's all about balance. Okay, now let's talk about stock funds. So stock funds is aggressive type of investor. So it invests mostly in shares or corporation. The main investment objective is capital growth and fund appreciation for a long period. So yun, so this is for you if you have high appetite for risk, okay? And you are willing to invest for the long term. So if you want to invest your fund in both blue chip stocks and second liner stocks, so you have no immediate, and of course, this fund is for you if you have no immediate need for your investments and are willing to invest for long term, okay? So blue chip stocks, if you want to invest and be a shareholder of Jollibee Foods Corporation, SM Investments, Ayala Lands, okay? So if you want to be shareholder with them, then just be a mutual fund investor, okay? So yun, and at the same time, yeah, that is our types of mutual funds. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now I have 3 scenarios right here. So pwede nyong i-check anong pwedeng mangyari sa pera nyo pag nag-invest kayo during these scenarios that we have here. So you can check on the chat box, which scenario do you prefer more? So let's talk about scenario number 1. Scenario number 1, it says here the price of stocks. It says. So that means to say, maganda yung economy natin during this time. Pag maganda yung economy natin, positive yung GDP natin, which is gross domestic product. So yan din yung mangyari sa share ng stocks natin, tumataas din. Okay? So that means to say, maganda mag-invest dito, di ba? So if you think that scenario number 1 is for you, then you can take that and let's check the answer later. If really scenario number 1 is really good. Scenario number 2, bumaba yung economy talaga. Bumaba talaga pero unti-unti siyang nakabawi. So ganun din nakasabay din yung price of Bumaba siya, tapos it gains back. And how about scenario number 3? Mag-invest ka ba sa scenario nito? Okay? Or you will just pick scenario number 1 or 2. So here, the scenario number 3, biglang bumagsak yung economy. Pero unti-unting bumabawi. Okay? So sumabay din yung presyo ng stocks ng mga companies. At the same time, bumagsak siya pero unti-unti siyang bumabawi. So I think it's fine. Okay? So if you're an investor, which scenario are you going to invest? Is it scenario number 1, scenario number 2, or scenario number 3? So is it okay to know? What's your choice? What's your pick? You can put your answer the chat box. Ano yung preference nyo or ano yung choice nyo so that I will know. So do you prefer scenario 1, 2, 3? Okay, wow. So we have mixed answers. All right, so mostly scenario number 1. Okay, so thank you so much for participating. So let us check the answers if scenario number 1 is really the best one. Okay, let's see the answer. Yeah, I can really see that scenario number 1 talaga yung mostly pinipili because we tend to choose na kung ano yung investment na palaging tumataas. Of course, that is what we usually pick, right? But I want you to know in stock market it's different. So let us check your answers. So sumasagot na scenario number 1. So if you have invested 1,000 pesos per month for 6 months, okay, let's just use 6 months lang para hindi masyado mahaba. So ito pong mangyari. So ito pong scenario natin. So if you invested 1,000 pesos dito sa first month, ang presyo, let's say ang presyo natin ito is 10 pesos. Okay? Yung per share na is 10 pesos. Nakabili ka ng, sa 1,000 mo, nakabili ka ng 100 shares. Okay? So yun. And after that one, on the second month, nagiging 12 pesos na siya. So nakabili ka ng 83.33 shares. Okay? So next one, on the third month, nagiging 14 pesos siya. Diba? It's getting, tumataas siya kasi, yun nga, tumataas yung price niya. Okay? So yun. Pero as you can see, the number of shares that you have bought, it's going down. Diba? The value is going down. Okay? So yun, so 71.43 shares lang yung nabili mo sa during this month. Now on the fourth month, yung 16 pesos na yung price, pero yung nabili mo is 62.50 shares na lang. And on the fifth month, 18 pesos, we have only 55.55 shares yung nabili mo lang. And lastly, the 20 pesos yung price during this month, and yung nabili mo lang is 50 shares lang. So if you try to sum it all, if you try to add all of the shares na nabili mo, you have total overall shares that you buy is 422.81. So if you want to know how much it gains, so let's take a look here. You times it with the last share price. Ano yung last share price natin? 20 pesos, di ba? So you times it, multiply it with 20 pesos. So 422.81 shares times 20 pesos share price is equal to, total value niya is 8,456.20 cents. So now you invested 6,000 pesos. Kasi every month 1,000, di ba? So minus 6,000 pesos, you have total gain for 6 months 2,456 pesos and 20 cents. Now, let's take a look on scenario number 2. Sino ba mas malaki? Alright, so scenario number 2. So same situation, okay? 1,000 pesos per month pa rin, okay? So yes, sa first month mo, you have still the same 10 pesos yung share price. So still the same 100 shares yung nabili mo. Pero bumaba siya on the second month. So it becomes 7 pesos na lang yung share price. But yung nabili mo is 142.90. So mas lumaki pa yung value ng nabili mo na share. Okay? And on the third month, mas bumaba pa siya. 5 pesos na lang yung share price. So which yung nabili mo dito is 200 shares. Diba? So mas lumaki. And it goes up on the fourth month, 6 pesos. So 166.70 shares yung nabili mo. On the fifth month, 7 pesos. You have 142.90 shares in nabili mo, and the sixth month, it goes back to 10 pesos, which you have bought 100 shares. Now, if you sum it all, the total value of shares that you have bought is 852.50. And if you try to times it with a share price, which is 10 pesos, So magkano na siya? So the total value is 8,525, 8,525 pesos. Okay, and of course the total contribution is 6,000 pesos. And if you do this subtract, so it is 2,525 pesos. Okay, so that is the total gain that you have after 6 months, 2,525. Now let's take a look on the third scenario. Okay, so still the same. All right, still the same. You still save 1,000 pesos per month. Okay, and on the first month, yes, let's say 10 pesos pa rin yung share price. So yes, so you still bought 100 shares, and but for the second month, it goes down. Right, so naging 4 pesos na lang yung share price on the second month, in which you can buy more shares. Diba? 250 shares, mas marami ka nabiling shares because the price is down. Okay? Bumagsak yung presyo ng stocks. And at the same time, 2 pesos on the third month. So, mas madami ka pang nabili, 500 shares. And on the fourth month, naging piso na lang yung share price. So, in that way, 1,000 shares yung nabili mo. Diba? Mas madami kang nabibili. And on the fifth month, tumataas siya, naging 2 pesos, which you have 500 shares. And on the sixth month, it becomes 5 pesos share price. So you have bought 200 shares. So if you try to sum it all, the total value that you have bought here on the share value is we have 2,550. Okay, but the total the last share price that we have here is 5 pesos lang. But if you try to multiply it, it's very big. Diba? So 12,750 since madami kang nabili na shares. Okay? So yun. So if you try to subtract it, all right, with 6,000 pesos, which is your total contribution, your gain after 6 months is 6,750 pesos. So sino bang mas malaki yung gain? Scenario number 1 ba? Scenario number 2? Scenario number 3? Diba? So mas malaki yung gain sa scenario number 3. Diba? So, since ngayon, baba masyado yung share price natin ngayon, di ba? So, bumagsak talaga yung market natin ngayon because of crisis, di ba? So, that means to say, it's the best time for us to start and to invest. Kaya kami mga, kung kayo investor kayo, magiging happy kayo kung bumagsak yung share price because it's the best time for you to save and to invest more. Pagbalik sa economy, then of course, you are already you have already grabbed the opportunity na nakabili ka ng madaming shares, di ba? So lalo na ngayon, pandemic or grabe yung prices natin ngayon, grabe yung bilihin natin ngayon sa world market, di ba? So naka-sale po siya ngayon. So sumabay ka na, di ba? So nasa scenario number 3 po pala tayo ngayon. So you should start it now para ma-enjoy mo yung gain after ng ilang buwan. Right? So yun, that is how stock market works. And of course, in every difficulty, there is always opportunity. Right? Pag mababa siya, it's good for you to buy shares. Pag investor ka, pag mababa siya, it's best time for you to invest and to buy. Dapat hindi ka matakot, kundi maging masaya ka. Di ba? Kasi nag-sale at bumaba yung share price. Pag tataas na naman siya, then hold ka lang. Okay? Huwag mo munang i-sell or withdraw. Kasi lalo lang siya, if you have, of course, why we are investing? Because we have a goal. Diba? We have a dream. We are trying to grab something. That's why we are investing. Diba? So that's why you need to hold lang. Huwag mo siya i-withdraw agad para ma-hit mo yung goal mo. Dapat long-term ka mag-isip dito. That's why as you can see here in our illustration, we have orange arrow. Diba? What is that orange arrow? Yan yung average. Kaya kung meron tayo, we have this what we call buy and hold strategy, or which we call peso cost averaging. Okay? So that's why when we are investing, we need to keep in our mind that long-term is the key if you want to grow your investments. Okay, long-term dapat kung mag-invest ka sa stock market. Now, let's talk about mutual funds. What is mutual funds pala? So it's a stock and equity fund. So how does it work? So the money that we invest here, it was pulled to different companies. Okay, so it generally invested in blue chip companies that is listed on Philippine Stock Exchange. Right. So this is the workflow of mutual funds. If you are this is you investor, and once you once you invest your money in the mutual fund, all our money was placed in the fund house. So si fund house na po bahala mag-appoint ng fund manager. Because if you're investing in mutual fund, we have a professional fund manager. Meron tayong driver. Kung sa sasakyan pa ito, meron tayong driver. We are not the driver, but we are just passenger. Okay, that's the good thing in mutual, especially if you are still learning stock market, or if you are busy in work or any other things and you don't have time to monitor your stocks, then you need someone to help you out, and that is fund manager. Okay, and the fund manager will invest it in securities just like stocks, bonds, gold, etc., wherein it is already invested in the blue chip companies like Meralco, BDO, Jollibee Foods Corporation, 7-Eleven. The good thing here is that it's being diversified. So well diversified dito sa mutual fund. So hindi lang siya sa isang company, hinuhulugan natin dito. Padami. Okay? So yun. And of course, it will really generate income to you investor. So yan lang po ang workflow ng mutual fund. Paikot-ikot lang po yan. Okay? So yun. And sa mga nagsasabi na scam ba si mutual fund. So take a look on this one. Alright? So ang pera natin sa SSS, ininvest sa mutual fund. Diba? So if they are investing in mutual fund, how about you? Diba? So dapat ikaw. And of course, these are the benefits of investing in mutual funds. Of course, number one, professional management. Yun yung sabi kanina, we have professional fund managers. This person is very expert in handling and managing our shares. Number two, the instant diversification. Yun yung sabi kanina, para hindi malugi si investor, hindi lang dapat sa isang basket nilagay yung pera. Okay, so it was diversified. And number three, we have profit and potentially higher returns. So it means to say, it's for sure that you can really have this higher return, especially if you think long term, right? If you're investing it long term. Number four, we have safety and transparency. Of course, naka-SEC tayo, okay? Security exchange. Hindi gusto si SEC na hindi transparent. Okay? Kaya safe talaga dito kasi transparent. You can see how your money grow. And low capital requirement for as low as 1,000 pesos, pwede ka na makapagsimula. And number six, tax exempt. Ito yung sabi kanina, tax exempt. Bakit tayo tax exempt? Kasi tayo ang tumutulong sa mga companies. Of course, that's the reason why we don't have for investing in mutual funds. Okay? So we have an example here. May isang investor invest sa Phil-Equity worth 5,000 pesos. Okay? So tinakpan na natin yung name niya because of data privacy law. So ito siya, nag-invest siya sa Phil-Equity, 5,000 pesos. So meron siyang net asset value per share na 9.735000. Okay? So yun. He started May 14, 2009. Okay? And yun yung invested amount niya, price per share na nabili niya. So total na nabili niya ng share is 486 shares sa price per share na ito. So worth sa 5,000 niya. Okay? So ito yung nabili niya, 496 shares. So, hindi siya nag-save regularly. Yan lang yung sinave niya. 5,000 lang. Tapos wala na. Di ba? So, okay naman. Pero, let's take a look here. After 9 years, okay, so, during February 2018, which is, 9 years na, di ba? So, during this day, yung price per share na is 41.6618 pesos. Okay, so, after 9 years. So what happens? Okay, so if you times that 486 shares times 41.6618 pesos, so that is 20,664.25 cents. Okay, yan po ang value ng pera niya. So since he just invested worth 5,000 pesos only, so for 9 years he only got 15,664.25 cents na gain for 9 years. Okay? So, kung hindi ka regularly invest, matatalo ka talaga din sa inflation. Kaya, it's also important to save and invest regularly lang. Okay? So, hindi lang one time ka lang magsisave, of course. Parang siyang alakansya. Di ba? Parang siyang piggy bank, di ba? You are saving for this one. So, of course, you save regularly, hindi ka lang one time nagsisave. Di ba? So, same pa rin. Yan din siya. Okay? So, it's just 34.8% per year lang. Di ba? Because one time lang siya nag-save at nag-invest. Okay, so I just want to share to you our company IMG has benefit when you want to invest in mutual funds. Okay, so one of the benefit as if you are a part of IMG is that you will enjoy free investment seminars because if you go outside, of course, I think you can see that on Facebook, YouTube, merong mga investment seminars in-offer. Pero if you try to register, most of them merong bayad, di ba? So because meron talaga yung bayad. But here in IMG, walang bayad. Free investment seminars lahat, and it's limited. And of course, you will be updated with the trend of the market because of the seminars that you can enjoy here. At the same time, mutual funds 0% entry fee because if you are investing directly to the mutual fund company, especially as let's say Ramper Financial, because Ramper Financial is a partner in terms of saving in stock market. So if you are investing directly to Ramper Financials, meron yan siyang mga 3 to 5% entry fee. What does it mean? So if you are investing your 1,000 pesos sa mutual fund, hindi siya 1,000 pesos ang mapupunta sa account mo. Madideduct siya ng 3 to 5%. And of course, sa next hulog mo, let's say, invest ka ng 500 pesos. So, hindi 500 pesos ang mapapasok sa account mo. Madideduct siya ng 3 to 5%. So, that's what we call entry fee. Kada entry, merong deduction. But if you are a part of IMG, then 0% entry load forever. So, every time you invest, every time you put 1,000 pesos, 500 pesos, yun talaga ang malalagay lahat sa account mo because wala tayong entry fee dito. Okay, so these are our partner mutual fund companies. We have Soldivo Fund, which is the most good performing mutual fund today. We have Atram. This is also one of the best performing mutual fund today. We have Filiquity. We have also PhilAm Asset. We have FAMI and Sun Life. Okay, so BPI Asset pala yan. Sorry. So yun, that is our partner mutual fund companies. Okay, so yun. And of course, if you automatically, if you are part of part of IMG, then you will be automatically be a mutual fund investor. Kasi yun yung problem mostly sa atin. How to start, where to go, di ba? That I really understand because ganun din ako. ganun din ako when I started. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to start to invest in mutual funds. But if you're part of IMG, then automatically mutual fund investor ka na. So, yun, your money that we invested here, dito siya mapunta sa Soldivo Fund, which is this is our portfolio. Soldivo Strategic Growth Fund. Okay, because we have a lot of portfolios in mutual fund. And Soldivo Strategic Growth Fund is one of the best or top performing equity fund in stock market today. So, yes, so these are our top 10 holdings. We have SM Investment Corporation, we have ILL Corporation, BPI, BDO, ICTS, at madami pang iba, Jollibee Foods Corporation. Okay, so if you are investing in Soldivo funds, then automatically you are already a shareholder, stockholder of Jollibee Foods Corporation, SM Ayala. Okay, so that is the meaning of this top 10 holdings. Okay, this is where we invest our money, and at the same time, noon when you start to invest in mutual fund, 5,000 pesos yung initial investment noon. And your additional investment is 1,000 pesos. Pero ngayon, for as low as 1,000 pesos, pwede ka na makapagsimula. Would be your initial investment. And for the additional investment pala, noon 500 pesos. Ngayon, pwede ng 20 pesos. Your 20 pesos, you can already invest that in mutual funds already. Diba? So yung pambili mo ng corneto, pwede na palang pag-invest sa stock market. Diba? So you really don't have a reason not to save and invest. Because ang mura na, sa 20 pesos, pwede mo na siyang i-save sa mutual fund. Ang ganda nga dito kasi we conducted 20 pesos a day challenge. Ang, na-enjoy lang ako. Kasi para lang ako nagsisave sa aking piggy bank, 20 pesos a day. Then that is good, di ba? So sa 20 pesos mo, makakabili ka ng 28 shares, 30 shares, depende sa net asset value per share. Alright? So yun. Alright, so of course, if you want to do trading, direct stocks, because mutual fund is indirect stocks, of course. If you want to do direct stocks, then you can, we have a platform for trading. We have MyTrade by Abaco Securities. But I want to tell everyone here that before you enter trading, make sure that you have already an idea what is in that platform. How to trade our money there, right? Para hindi masasayang yung pera, hindi lang masusunog yung pera dito. Okay, because you are the driver here in trading. You will be the one to manage, and you need to monitor it every time. The performance of your money here. That's the other side of trading. Okay, So yun. Anyway, two ways to invest in Jollibee. If you want to really to invest in Jollibee, two ways. Number one is you can become a franchisee and invest more or less 30 billion pesos to open one branch. One branch lang yan, di ba? So if you cannot afford it, then you can just become a shareholder in the stock market. Then you just only need 1,000 pesos minimum for initial investment, di ba? So kung hindi kaya sa 30 million pesos, then there is 1,000 pesos minimum for shareholder for initial investment. So how much do you have right now? Okay. So, last 2013, yung price per share ng Jollibee is just 100 pesos. And during 2014, it becomes 180. 2015, 200 plus. 2016, it becomes 250 per share. And then when to February 12, 2018, it becomes 283 per share. All right. So, yun. So, kung nakapag-invest ka ng 100,000 noong 2013, ng 100 pesos per share, then meron ka ng 283,000 pesos ngayon sa portfolio mo, di ba? So bida-bida sila sa mga shareholders, ikaw na lang hindi, di ba? So let's start to invest and save already while the stock is on sale. All right, so of course, you cannot invest directly. You need a broker or agent, okay? That's why if you are part of IMG, you don't need them anymore, because you already bypass the middleman. Since IMG is a financial brokerage company, then you can already have the direct access to the financial companies, right? So with that means to say, you can also enjoy discounts from the financial buying, and at the same time, you can become your own money manager. You want to invest in the stock market, you want to get a restaurant or healthcare or a real estate, then you don't need agent broker already. Then that means to say you can enjoy discounts. And of course, why do I say that? Because if you kung dadaan kasi sa agent or broker para makapag-invest ka, of course, there is some fees that you need to pay. And of course, merong bayaran, and at the same time, they will earn commissions from the products that you're buying. Diba? So that's the difference between if you are already IMG and of course, if you need a broker agent to invest. All right, that's the difference. At least you know. All right, so I just want to share to you, all right, just sharing to you that IMG is a one-stop shop. Okay, so it is here already, the financial services that you need to invest and save. You don't need to go to each of the company already, because if you are a member of IMG, then you can direct invest to these financial companies already, because you already have the direct access. And at the same time, you will enjoy a lot of discounts then. Okay, so of course, if you are part of IMG, of course, there is also a card, just like with Robinsons, just like with SM, National Bookstore. In IMG, we have also a card, just like this. Okay, so if you want to start to invest and save for your future, then just be a part of IMG, and you will have and enjoy the direct access to these financial companies. So my recommendation to you is to invest first in financial education, okay, before anything else, because this financial education will help you and guide you which path or which investment you will start, which financial instrument that you need to start with to do it, right? So because if you spend with other things, do you think na may babalik sa inyo? Diba? Mostly wala talaga. But if you spend with financial education, hindi ka lang natututo, bawi ka din sa mga benefits. Diba? So that's why pinagpakakat kayo, diba? Because that's the the best treasure that our parents can give us. That's why pinagpakakat talaga tayo kahit hirap na sila. They are trying their best to provide our needs para makapagpakakat tayo. Same din sa financial education. Ganun din. Okay? So I just want to share to you just like an overview. How does FMG portal look like? So of course, everything is here on the portal. So the benefits and the investments that you want to invest in, it's right here. Especially the IMG Sulibo Fund, you can see here. So all your investment, the progress of your investment, you can see it all here. Okay, so you can see the growth of your money, and how do you call this? The flow of the investment. All right. The price per share, you can see it because it changed every day. Pabago siya araw-araw. So you can see it there. It's very transparent. Okay. So I just want to share this from the book of The Secret to Saving and Building Your Future. It says here, take action, secure your future now. You will always have an excuse not to save or invest. no matter what your excuse is, one thing for sure, you're getting old. You're getting to get old next year. So no matter what your excuse is, let's say you will be having your family soon, your child will grow up and enter college, diba? So I know for sure you have experienced college life right now, and you have already experienced how difficult it is to be in college, especially the finances part. It's so hard, diba? So you need money for the education to pay for the tuition, diba? So no matter what your excuse is, you will eventually retire and stop making passive income because we are not superhero that we can work forever, diba? Dadating talaga yung time na hihina tayo. And you have to be prepared for this kinds of situation. So be with a group who inspires you, not to motivate, not to discourage you. Inspires you. Be a group. Be in the member of your. When the members of the group save, you will also inspire to save. Right. So that is our mission, to convert people from being spenders to savers and to teach them how to save the right way. By the way, if you want to have the copy of this book, I will give you for free. So, ang kailangan ko lang is your email. I will send it to your email kasi naka-PDF ito. So, you can message me later. Okay? So, that's it. Now, who are the members pala ng IMG? Okay, I just share this a little quick lang. So, we have uniformed personnel, police, coast guard, sundalo, lahat sila meron silang mutual fund investment, healthcare, and insurances at marami pong investments. We have also teachers. We are helping them to save and invest kasi we know, especially the public teachers, also sa utang. So we are helping them to save and invest for the future and maiwasan nila yung utang na. And at the same time, OFW and CPers, we are helping them to save for the future and para makapag-isla ng maaga. Alright, so that is our member. And of course, engineers like me. We have also a lot of engineers here in IMG. Alright, so merong mechanical, merong electronics, electrical, computer, gaya ko. Ang dami. Actually, walang pinipili ito sa IMG. Merong pinag-aralan, merong wala ka bang natapos, o merong natapos. Everyone is welcome here and there's no discrimination here. Alright, so that's the nice part here to be part in IMG. So before I end, I will leave this message to you. Sabi ni Bill Gates, Microsoft Corporation, if you're born poor, it's not your mistake. Okay, but if you die poor, then it's your mistake already. So even though you are listening today, you learn. I hope you learned something. I hope so. But you are not taking action. Okay, you did not apply what you learned. Diba? So I think nothing will happen. Diba? So you should act now before it's too late. So I hope you have learned a lot. Thank you so much. That's the end of my slide. And this is your speaker for today, Philip Pairimo. Kindly visit my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Have a great day and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philip, for your wonderful and heartfelt talk. We greatly appreciate your time and effort for this event. Your talk was not only powerful and empowering, but we are also inspired to achieve greater things and goals in life in the world of money and investments.
Thank you once again, Po, for that meaningful discussion. I am sure that our audience found Mr. Phillips' discussion helpful. So why don't we hear it from them? This is the right time to ask your questions as we are now opening the open forum of the night. If you have any questions for our dear speaker, let us know by typing it in our Zoom chat box.
Okay, we have our first question from Christopher Bugos. Are cryptocurrencies considered as good investments, sir?
Nakamute pala ako. I'm sorry. Okay, so thank you for that wonderful question. Of course, I think cryptocurrencies are very famous right now. It's being fed on the news right now. So yes, I could say cryptocurrencies may be a good investment if you're willing to accept its high risk. Because you're trying to gamble here. But also there is also a strong chance that maybe sometimes it could be there's some good side on that and there's also a bad side because on the bad side you could lose everything, all your money. But prices of cryptocurrencies like including Bitcoin, we can see that it's been falling, especially on this year, right? And but if you're trying to invest in a long term, sabi kanina, di ba? So yeah, you can really fight the downfall of the cryptocurrency, especially that you just let it stay there and you are not withdrawing it, because if you try to withdraw your funds in crypto, then to say you're losing, right? So let's try to manage our emotions. Sometimes our emotions will lift us, right? That's why sometimes, even though we don't want to withdraw it, but because of our emotion that maybe this will fail, we cannot wait anymore. We cannot be patient anymore to uh, let it have a chance to let it grow. We withdraw it, and that means to say we are losing, right? That's why we need to fight this emotion that we have when we are trying to invest in, especially in cryptocurrency. Yeah, it's a good investment though. We here at IMG also have invested in crypto, but we are investing it on our risk, depending on our risk appetite, of course, because we have different risk appetite. So it depends on you how ano ba risk appetite mo. So yeah, thank you for that question.
If
Uh,
you have
good.
any question, pag-chat lang mo sa chat box, guys.
So I hope I answered the question. I hope malinaw naman.
So, coming from Adrian, which is better to start a business that is trending, or a business you are passionate about?
Wow, I love this question. Yeah. Okay. So if you're planning to start your business soon, of course, make sure you like what you're trying to open a business, of course, and uh, I think it would be better if that is your passion, because as what I have observed, you love what you're doing, because I observed that, especially if you're working, right, as an employee, if and it's also if you're trying to take a course in college and you don't like that course, I think you cannot finish that course. But I'm not generally speaking that all of the people who are doing like that cannot finish. I have known someone in my college years that she don't want her course, but she still finished it. But she told me that she's not happy. Um, if you want something, then you should do it, especially if you can do it, because that makes you fulfilled and happy. If it doesn't work, because business is like also gambling. We don't know if it works or not, right? So it takes a lot of trials and difficulties you can really say that your business is working, right? So you need to have also patience when you're trying to put up your business. So I think it's better if you are passionate with it. But I'm not saying that it's not good to open up a business that you're not passionate with. It's also okay, because I have also some friends that, let's say, they're opening a hardware store, and they are not passionate with it, but their business are growing, right? It's also how you manage it, so I just what I'm trying to say emphasize is it's better to open a business that you're passionate with, especially you learn a lot from that, especially if you have a lot of experience of that and knowledge of that. But I'm not saying that you cannot open a business that you're not passionate with. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Okay, so yes, I hope I answer your question.
We have another question from Miss Kabe. Is it good to invest, sir? Because I want to invest soon when I have enough money for it. I also want to build my own company soon too.
Wow, yes. I think most of us really want to have our own business and our own company. But we need to, of course, we will start from scratch. And of course, if you really want to start right away. Of course, I have some friends. They really try to like borrow money or like try to like take loans or ano yung kaya nilang hiramin. But if you don't want that, because that's very risky, because when you open a business, you don't know if it works or not, if you can earn income or not. So I think it's better for we start from being employee first, take all the experiences you have in that business, grab all the knowledge that you have from the manager that you have, take all the knowledge, take note, and then when you are ready to open up your business, then apply all of it. And if it will not work, then you should have already a lot of plan B, plan C, plan D on that. And of course, when we talk about investment, of course, it's better when we talk about investment kasi, it's better when we start young, because when we start old, then you only have few years only left for it to grow. But if you start young, then you still have a lot of years for your money to grow. Then I'm pretty sure why are we investing? Because we're investing for our retirement. Because that's what I'm telling you earlier, that time will come we cannot work anymore. And this investment that we have building right when we are still young, when we are old already, or when we cannot work anymore, this will help us to provide the needs, or sustain the needs that we have for the future. So that's why it's good to start as early as now when we want to invest. Yes, and that's for the business. I think I have also answered. I hope that's clear. If you have a question, you can still, if it's not clear.
Another question coming from Mr. Antonio. Where is the best place to keep our savings?
Wow, this is a best question. This is a nice question. Okay, when I started college, I really want to save already. So I was told by my parents that it's good to save in the bank, and that's what I'm doing. Now, after a few years, I realized that my savings is not growing at all because of the interest rate is very low. At the same time, the inflation is very high. So, if you really want to have savings,
Maayo
and
nimo gamitin ako mag yung tuwalya, ano mo tuwalya?
oh, okay, all right. Anyway, yes. I was lost. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you want to save, you need to diversify your money. I'm not saying that bank is, you can save in the bank, but I want you to know that you should not put all your money there. Diversify it. Maybe you can put it in. We have this MP2 mutual from Pag-ibig. We have also mutual funds. You can also save in the bank. You can also save in other investment, as long as you are diversifying it. You just not let it just stay in the bank and that sit there, because I'm pretty sure a few years from now, or after how many years, when you look on the statement, then maybe you will get disappointed because of the charges that is being charged on your account. So if you want to really save, diversify. That's what I'm telling. That does just sleep it in the bank. Okay. So I hope I answered that question.
Thank you, sir. We have another question coming from Weng. What advice would you give to the student who thinks, I'm poor now, but I'll have plenty of money when I graduate. I'll just pay it back then.
Oh, so you're trying to say that I cannot understand. Parang mangutang ba siya sa sa'yo? I'm poor now, but I will have money when I graduate. I just pay it back. Why is it I'll just pay it back then? Maybe if the student says, I'm poor now, but I'll have plenty of money when I graduate. Okay, I will just focus on that statement. Maybe I think most of us are thinking like that, especially that we are struggling right now, and we want to have uh, masagana na buhay when we graduate, di ba? So that's very normal. Okay, what can I say is that you can do it. You can do it. Okay, especially if you are really disciplined in handling your finances, because if you have, sabi kanina, di ba? If you have a good job today, if you have a nice job, a good income, but you don't know to handle your finances, you don't know how to manage your money, still the same, it will just be you will just still start from scratch, right? So wala kang masyadong maiipon kasi you don't know how to handle your finances. That's why I keep on telling anyone who asks me that financial education is the key first. Financial education is the first before you want to really invest big, because that will be nonsense still if you don't know how to manage your finances, right? So if you are already educated well financially, then you know already what to do, so that your money will just be not just be nonsense. It will really be useful from any problems, from any situation or problems that you are facing, diba? So you can really say that you can have a plenty of money after you graduate, and you can really prove that, especially that you know already how to handle your finances. Yes, so you can do it, yes, of course, with proper discipline, of course.
Okay, for our last question from Mr. Limbaga. As a student, how can we become smart financial planners? How can we be proactive about our finances?
Isang sentence lang ang masasabi ko. Attend lang ng mga financial education seminars. Yun lang. Because without education, without knowledge, because I don't know if you believe knowledge is power, right? And it's very powerful. You are very powerful if you have a lot of knowledge, especially if this knowledge you will apply it, then you are very powerful. That's why I just want to say that keep on learning. You can invest on books, read, research, and with that, I'm pretty sure you can be a proactive in your finances. Yeah.
All right, and that ends our open forum. Thank you so much to everyone who sent their queries, and thank you once again, Mr. Philip Yanimbong, for gracing our program. We hope that everyone has learned something and have taken down their notes of all the necessary details that will help you in the future.
So at this juncture, please do the honors, Sky, of reading and awarding the certificate to our resource speaker.
Xavier University Ateneo de Cagayan Certificate of Appreciation is proudly presented to Mr. Philip Ian Imbong for sharing his time and expertise as resource speaker in the Xavier Ateneo Opportunity 2.0 program. Economics, a hybrid discussion about finance, management, and business fundamentals for the school year 2021 to 2022. Given this 18th day of May 2022 at Xavier University, Ateneo de Cagayan, Corrales Avenue, Cagayan de Oro City, 9000. Signed by Miss Nathalie Grace Santa Elena, the NSTP2 Program Moderator, Mr. Jeric Anthony Patimo, the NSTP2 Webinar Program Leader, and Miss Queenie Carl Kaitor, the NSTP2 Lead Documenter. Congratulations, Mr. Philip.
Thank you so
Together
much.
with Together with the e-certificate, Mr. Philip will also receive tokens from the XU NSTP and XU Book Center. We will just coordinate with you as soon as possible for the shipping of these tokens. Congratulations and thank you once again, Mr. Philip. We really do appreciate you and we thank you for the discussions and the wisdom you have shared with us. We also want to say that we appreciate everyone present here in this webinar event.
Ayan, we are finally coming to an end sa atong program. Una sa tanan no, salamat jud kayo Mr. Philip as pag-anhi nimo karong gabiona. Salamat pod sa inyo opportunity to. Dagan kong natun-an ang hinaot kamo pod para sa investment nako pohon og sa inyo hapod. Hinaot nako na nag-take down notes jud tong mga nay plano mag-invest or maski nakatong wala. Karon nakabalon ako sa akong mga angay pangbuhaton pohon. How about you, Ken?
Grabe, for me, this is one for the book, Sky. I am also happy kay taud-taud na pod since I have wanted to learn more about stocks and investments, pero wala lang ko kabalo aha magsugod. This talk indeed enlightened me in my ideas on investments and at least na-introduce ta gamay about IMG. I am also grateful that I get to spend time with everyone, including the organizers and the O2 participants. I am most certain na magkita-kita ratapuhon in the upcoming university events, so I am excited to see you soon.
Yes, indeed. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that has joined and made this webinar a success, to Mr. Philip, our O2 participants, and also to our dearest NSTP teacher, Ma'am Nathalie. Dagang salamat.
To the 10-man group behind the successful webinar, thank you and congratulations also. I am very proud of you. And above all, this would never be possible without the divine guidance of our Lord. Final announcement before we part ways. We will be sending an evaluation form in the chat box. Please do not forget to accomplish them tonight. Thank you so much for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to end of our occasion, and in every end is a new beginning. Outside and after this event lies the real challenge of putting the lessons that we have learned today into hard work. This has been Kaiser Stephen A. Tamparong.
And Queenie Carl Kaitor.
We wish you good health and abundance. May you enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much for attending our program.